What's up, guys? Today we are back in Kinder Ranch and we found the most expensive new construction home, and I cannot wait to show it to you.
Me neither, man. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Today we are out here in Kinder Ranch once again. Now, it's been a minute since we've been out here, but we have done some other videos. However, we have never done Toll Brothers out here in Kinder Ranch, and I'm super excited. Just a few weeks ago, we dropped our video for the market update for San Antonio for 2025. Took a look at some home prices and just kind of what the market is doing. Now, we saw that in a lot of cases, home prices had dropped. Not here.
Yeah. Home prices definitely have dropped a little bit. I think we've seen that.
For sure.
But not in this case at all.
No, but it's well said. This isn't like they didn't get the memo, but you guys will see as we take this walkthrough, everything in here is top quality interior and probably the nicest thing that you can get without going into a custom home. So let's get right after it. But before we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps other people who are looking for this kind of content find it a lot easier. Welcome to the Farah by Toll Brothers, all the way out here in Kinder Ranch. And let me tell you, whenever I first came in through this house, that door surprised me because of how heavy it is. If you see all the glass and the metal on it, it's heavier than your looks. And if you want to skip the gym today, just come through and walk through this model home a couple of times. It's great. Now, the study is on that right side whenever you walk in. Your right, my left when you walk in, but the sales reps are actually using that as a study and they're using it as the office for their sale. So it's all good. We will get some B-roll of that, but it is still super nice, very spacious. Now, whenever you come in through this house, the cool thing is off to your right-hand side, you're gonna have your first wing of the house, okay? First half bathroom, and then you're gonna have two bedrooms over here. And one thing I like about these bedrooms is despite the fact that there is a half bathroom here, which is really nice, they each have their own individual bathrooms, which makes it unique because you can still have guests over and not have to worry about putting away all your personal stuff. If you have the kids, if you have all these things, it makes things really, really nice. So I'm a big fan of it already. Again, I know we just got in here, but there's a lot to digest. So come with me and we'll try to do that. Speaking of digestion, off to your left-hand side when you come in, they actually have their own media room. Now, what I will say that I really like about this media room that I don't see in other homes as much, a lot of the media rooms, they have carpeted. A lot of the time, or I'm sorry, it'll be a carpet in there and it's very quiet and that's all great, but I love the fact that they decided to keep the same type of flooring, but they just put a rug. I think it looks so much nicer. It's also so much more versatile. Really big media room. This is great for family nights, all this stuff. And if you notice as well, there are speakers throughout this entire house, so you always get that surround sound without having to go to Best Buy and spend $18,000 to get some good sound in your house. So come through. I do want to show you guys as well, these walls. If you notice, they're textured. They have batten. I believe they're called batten walls, shiplap, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're at. Makes it look really nice, makes it pop along with all these lighting features. Speaking of lighting features, check out this natural light. Amazing living room. Amazing living room. Full floor to ceiling stone fireplace or brick stone fireplace built in. I love the way that looks. I love how the kitchen, the gourmet kitchen in here flows with this living room and it makes it one big super comfortable space. Now, one thing you probably didn't see as you came in because I was specific and hit it was this room right here. What is this room? It looks kind of small. It looks like a kind of a hobbit hole. Well, if you like wine, this is where you're gonna store it. It can be used as a wet bar, a wine cellar, whatever you need to, but if you're not paying attention, they go all the way up to the ceiling. So I don't know how many wine bottles you can fit in there. I'm not an expert when it comes to wine, but you could probably fit more than you could drink. I can tell you that much. So let's take a look at this kitchen while we're in here. One thing I want to say about Toll Brothers is that in these elevated homes, they use phenomenal appliances. Now, all of these are JennAir. If you haven't heard of JennAir appliances, they are very, very high-end, super reliable, super durable, very, very nice. So whenever you decide to go with a home like this, especially at this kind of a price point, this is what you can expect. Everything is JennAir. You have your fridge over here, JennAir. You have this cooktop, which is JennAir. And now I'm not sure about this beautiful vent hood, but actually, I don't know if it's JennAir. But either way, very, very nice. It looks great and it really works as a statement piece in this living room. So let's go look around at some of these other features. Now, I know we breezed past it, but you probably got a glimpse of it before. This outdoor area, man. You guys know I'm a sucker for outdoor areas, and especially a sucker for outdoor areas with these sliding doors that you could open up all the way and make one big living space. Now look, it's Texas. It's hot, it's gross, and you probably can't open it up for the majority of the year. But every once in a while, you come across a cool spring day or a nice, beautiful, brisk fall, dude, open that up, start that fireplace up, and let me tell you, it is incredible. Beautiful dining room. I love the way that this is positioned in the house because it's right next to the kitchen and adjacent to the living room to where it doesn't feel like one giant room and one big box, but you can still see each other if you need to, and also you can see people from outside. Now, speaking of the island, one thing I do want to point out before we go on to this other section of the house. Now, this is a pretty good sized dining room, right? A lot of the times formal dining rooms they put at the front of the house, but I like how they put this here. Some people still don't like to use their formal dining room, and that's okay because with the length of this island, this is a really, really big island. You're able to fit at least 4 bar stool height chairs in here to where if you're just having breakfast on the go and you don't want to remove all the stuff from the table, super easy, put your stuff here, you can eat, and then you're gone. Incredible. So this house, let me just explain really quickly. The living room that we just walked through is the absolute centerpiece of this home, right? That is like the cradle of where everyone gathers. Each of these homes has their own separate wing. Second wing that we're going to check out is going to be over this way, and I think you'll appreciate it a lot. You get a ginormous game room. Now, I haven't seen this. I've seen rooms that are intended to be used as game rooms that are put just off of the kitchen before, but I haven't seen one of this size. It's massive. They have a full pool table in here. They have counters that they built into the walls, and still you have plenty of room on all sides to walk. So that's great, especially if you have kids, but you don't want all their toys scattered through the living room. This is the perfect solution for that. Now come with me over here. Because if you have someone staying for a couple of days at your house, this is where they're gonna stay. This room, as I mentioned before, also has its own bathroom and its own closet, making it its own suite, just like the other ones. However, this one is set apart from the rest of the bedrooms of the house. And while it's not the master bedroom, this is fantastic, especially if you have someone who is staying in your house who isn't used to maybe having kids or other people running around. This is a really good bedroom for that. So, great spot, great bedroom, great bathroom. Let's go take a look at some of these other wings in this ginormous 3,800 square foot house. Welcome to the south wing. I think it's south, I don't actually know, but I really like it and here's why. Off to your right-hand side, you're gonna have a pantry. Now, this pantry is really, really cool because it's got a glass door on it. So you can see everything in there without having to actually go in. And another thing that I'd like to point out too, now this section of the house has a different style of flooring. This is tile, but it feels like brick. It's almost like that thin brick veneer that you see on walls, but they have it on the floor and it looks really good. It looks really rugged and kind of, I guess, industrial. And I love the way that looks. Now, the pantry is great, but this is probably my favorite room in the house and I'll show you why. Look at this laundry room. Laundry room is probably a poor choice of words. This is more of a butler's pantry that has laundry room stuff in it. Now, if you'll see, you have these 2 full-size units side by side, and on each side, you're gonna have lots of counter space. And even look at this. This is the same type of fridge that's in the kitchen. This is a full-size fridge that you can store drinks in, store all that stuff. It essentially functions as a garage fridge without you actually having to go in the garage, which, by the way, is a 4-car garage. Y'all know how I feel about that. It makes me super happy. So come check the rest of this out. Back to the center, that hub again. Everyone passes through the living room, so now we're going to go into the other wing of the house. Now, master suite, I think, is the only real way to describe this bedroom because it truly is a suite. It's fantastic. As you come into here, you'll look up and you're gonna see these beams. Now, these don't look like the traditional beams that they use in a lot of these model homes. These actually look like solid, unfinished beams, and there's something rugged about it that I really, really like. Now, I like bedrooms that aren't too big because I don't personally spend a crazy amount of time in the bedroom. However, that doesn't mean that you don't have plenty of space. If you really wanted to put a treadmill or if you wanted to set up a computer space, you still have that room, but it's not too big. Now, I said the part about the master suite earlier. Here's why. Come into this bathroom. Off to your left immediately, you're going to have a station where people can sit and do their makeup, whatever you need to do. But also, look at how much counter space this has. This is crazy. I mean, this is almost as big as my kitchen counter. It's insane. But also, you have a secondary one with the full-size tub. Now, these closets in here are massive. So massive that they actually have a place to sit while you're getting ready, which I wish I had that problem, because it's better to have the space and not need it than need it and not have it. One more thing before I leave this bathroom. Take a look at this waterfall shower that just comes custom with it. You don't see that happening in many homes without having to add custom additions to it. This comes with it standard. Now, I touched on it earlier, but I really didn't get into it, and here's the reason why. We're gonna go check it out right now. The outdoor living space is probably one of the best I've seen in a non-custom home. Now let me explain something to you. If you have kids, or if you don't have kids and you've watched the TV show Bluey, they have one of these doors in their house. I'm a big Bluey fan, but I've always loved the idea of this. I've loved the way it functions. I love the way it looks. And honestly, it just makes me happy knowing that a piece of Bandit lives inside of me. So for you Bluey fans, this is awesome. This is your house. But here's a cool thing. If it's raining, if it's not, you can see it's a disgusting day out here in San Antonio. Yes, we have them every once in a while, but you can still enjoy outside because all of this is covered. You have your speakers, you got your lights, you've got your seated area, and this is massive. So you can still watch TV, sit out here, read if you're into that kind of thing. Do all of these things in this house still, and I think that's fantastic. But let's say you have a sunny day and it doesn't look like garbage outside. Perfect place for grilling. You have this awesome seating area, which I haven't seen very many that are built in like this, but I think this is phenomenal because not only can you sit here, but you could probably use the space to cook as well. Humongous, humongous outdoor living area, outdoor kitchen, outdoor fridge, grill, drawers. I mean, everything that you could just about name, they have out here. There's plenty of space to sit. Well, also, if you have animals, you can still leave them outside. You can let them use the restroom. And on those cozy nights, whenever it starts to get cold outside and you think that chill in the air is coming a little quicker than you'd like, you have this awesome built-in fireplace that honestly, I haven't seen one that's built like this on a home that is not a custom home, because this looks like something that you would find in a hotel. Truly incredible, and it's rare that you find this kind of stuff, again, in a non-custom home. Overall, this is hard to beat. High price tag, but this might be worth it. Now let's talk about numbers for a second. This home that we're sitting in right now, this is the Farah transitional floor plan. Now this is gonna be 3,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, with, wait for it, a 4-car garage, which you know is the way to my heart. You build me a garage and I'll be happy with you forever. Now, in this particular neighborhood, these Toll Brothers floor plans are starting in the mid $900,000 range. Everything is going to depend on what you decide to put into that home, all the upgrades, all the features, but that's where you can expect them to start. Now, there are 6 available inventory homes here in Kinder Ranch before they decide to close out. However, upon speaking to the rep, we have learned that there are lots of other Toll Brothers communities that are popping up that are similar to this, so you can expect to have some availability in the near future.
All right, guys, again, it has been a while since we've been out here to Kinder Ranch, and I'm very happy that we were able to come back and check out Toll Brothers. This is definitely a beautiful home. I'd like to know what you think though. Do you think that this house is worth the price tag starting in the high 9s? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And remember, we are licensed real estate agents here in San Antonio, and we would love to help you and your family make that smooth move here to San Antonio, Texas.
And guys, if you plan on moving in the next few weeks or the next few months or the next few days, we would love to help you make that move here to this awesome city, the Alamo City. Guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching our stuff. We're gonna catch you in the next one.